Alright, peace. Welcome back. Let's go big screen. Hey, welcome back. It's Kenem White. It is week 8 of the Service Architect roadmap. Diaries, Service Architect Diaries. This one will be a short one because it's not actually much to talk about. But yeah, week 8, man. Again, not much to talk about. In terms of what we've done, again, project's been wrapped up, but it's been a bit of a downturn of a week, mainly just because of, like, as you know, past couple week 7, 6 with really high points, and I think this week has been of a low point, and it's a bit of an interesting low point and a necessary low point. So one of the things, the low point for me has been that kind of like now that the project's been wrapped up and it wrapped up quicker than expected, I'm kind of like trying to play catch up. I'm trying to play catch up and yeah, so I'm trying to play catch up because I didn't really expect things to kind of finish as quickly as they did. But hey, this is what design is about. This is what service design is, and this is what this roadmap and this diary is about. It's just about showing and talking about what's going on for the week in terms of service architecture. That's what this is. So yeah, in terms of this week, in terms of service architecture, yeah, I presented the project to one of the other team leaders, but he's on this like commissioning board, and that's how you kind of, with William Hill, they're able to get things like seen and heard, get feedback pushed to the right people. So more than likely, I'm going to have to present the case study again to a panel of people, which would be okay, because that's really what we want to do. That's really what the project is about, is to get it seen and hopefully get it implemented, because if it does get implemented and certain aspects of the implementation does happen, hey, we can talk about it. You know, there's more stuff to talk about. But yeah, his feedback was great. Like, his feedback was, hey, this is really good work. Again, for William Hill standards, it's not often you see someone who's a designer who sees a problem, you know, and goes through the process, and then to have a deliverable be in a high fidelity prototype that's working. It doesn't really happen too often. So yeah, he was like, really good work, and he's going to go off and speak to the area manager who I presented to and what they think, and he's going to get back to me. And like I said, more than likely I'm going to have to present to a panel of people and present this to more people. But that's what it is. That's what this project is, and that's what this kind of project has culminated into being. Like, it's just now, you know, making sure the project gets seen, making sure the project gets buy-in, and it has buy-in. It has buy-in from my the area manager, other team leaders, other customer service reps. But now the big thing is actually getting buy-in from the people that actually influence the work, actually influence the Retail Hub platform. Because one of the conversation comes up is like, oh, how is this going to be implemented? I'm like, I'm not a developer. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I create a design file to where a developer can come in and be able to understand what is going on without having to look at the prototype. So that's me coming from a UX background of working with developers, and again, working closely to make sure what is actually designed matches what gets created in the end goal in the Retail Hub actually matches what is occurring in a design file. So yeah, that's more stuff to talk about. That's more things, more opportunity areas to develop, more things to do. So, like I said, this week and the last week has been a bit of a downturn, because it would have been nice to have this like wrap up, like, oh, we got the job, this is done, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. But now we still need to work. We still needed to work, but now it's like, oh, we need to keep going, because these are like the early signals. And hey, 8 videos in. I think last week I talked about, I think maybe started in October. So it hasn't really been that long. Like, it hasn't really been that long. And this week and last week I was a bit of a down point because I was like, oh, is this even worth it anymore? You know what I mean? Because I was thinking, man, like, you see these service design roles or assistant level design roles, they don't really come around too often, right? So I'm trying to like cast a wide net, not a wide net, but I'm trying to like ascertain, is it even worth to continue pursuing? And to be honest with you, every signal so far has been yes, 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 because this is what we like to do, this is what we envision, this is what we're working hard to get to a point. And as I said before, we're at the cusp of getting that to be reality, the lived experience. But yeah, so this week I took some pretty good action, and I'll show you what I've been working on. Yeah, so as you know, I showed you this before with the my dentist stuff. So I've took that same concept. this this my dentist this my dentist process is the gift that keeps on giving. I swear. But yeah, like I took that same format and kind of like 2026 create intentionality. So one of the things I'm trying to do is like, okay, especially now, like, okay, as you know, we're trying to get a service design job. That's the main goal. But if we can't just keep just trying to narrow focus on these one specific role. We need to cast a bigger net, because at the end of the day, my end goal has always been the same. It's to work on cool shit. It don't matter what it is, cool shit. If the role, and the thing, not just that, but it's also factoring in like, I don't want to just try to live my life through an identity of a lens of a designer, as if from a lens of this or then. There's more things to do out here, you know what I mean? And who knows, being a business analyst provides me with a lot of stuff that I need. You know what I mean? Everything that I need. It's just that I don't design. That's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just adjusting the lens in which I apply moving forward. So at the moment, like I said, been doing a raw landscape of like, okay, what do I want to do? What are things adjacent to what I'm trying to do? What am I interested in? What I think is kind of similar on a pathway but still adjacent. What are direct differences and stuff like that. So I put together this mind map of like, okay, these are the roles that I'm interested in. So again, you have the core, you have things that are quite similar, and then you have things that are necessarily different, but they're all just working on cool shit. Project managers, cool shit. Customer experience with cool shit. Operations, business analyst, founders associate, chief, like it's all cool shit. So now that I have this kind of, okay, this mind map, okay, now let me break down the roles, which is what I'm doing today. Breaking down the roles. Now again, I don't need to know too much, as you see over here. This is kind of the snapshot of what I need, what they do, core skills, my current level, and just being honest about, okay, where am I at with this? The market would place you, and seeing where people would place myself, what the salaries, and then again, what kind of specific skill set that I have that is relevant for this role, and do I think, is it worth me pursuing? So resume needed is like, is it worth me pursuing? So I'm not. So again, the core four is that, but then there's gonna be more as well. So hopefully pick another four, and those are the roles that I'm gonna be primarily applying for. So once I've broken these down, of just having a greater, once I've ascertained the information I need, which is not really gonna take too long, then it's a case of, okay, the current resumes that I have, as you know, let me go to Notion. My resume. This is my service design resume. It's good. There's not much else I really need to change here, but again, I just need to talk about the project and stuff like that. So that's something that needs to be changed and updated, which is good. It's a quick fix. It's a quick fix. A lot of my like design resumes are quick fixes. But of course, the other roles, they're gonna require a bit more time and a bit more effort. So I'm gonna work to knock it out next week, in week 9. So hopefully week 9 I should have at least 8 new resumes, and then you can start really applying. So one thing also is that I'm gonna change my how I track my job applications, because I track it in Notion right now, and it's not the greatest. I can't lie to you, it's not the greatest. Let me go jobs with tracker. Like, it's not the greatest, and it's all one list, which is okay. But I'm just gonna transition to Google Sheet. That way, I can have pages for all the different roles. I can have pages and have the same thing, and it just takes a tabbing through. But yeah, and with Google Sheets, it's just easier. It's just so much easier. I don't know why I picked Notion. I think maybe because you can upload files and stuff like that. But beyond that, yeah, I don't really need it. You know what I mean? It's okay, but yeah, a lot of rejections. A lot of rejections. Too many. It gets dark. It gets really dark. But yeah, man, that's really it, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, so like once I've done that, again, resume. Don't really think I need resume variants, but don't really think I need a reality fill either, because that's technically there anyway. Yeah, I don't need that, honestly. But yeah, I will get cracking on this today. In terms of my, what the hell? Sorry, I keep getting notifications. In terms of my William Hill project, the file, I've not touched it. I've not touched it this week. So it's still pretty much the same. So there's no need to show you. But yeah, that will get wrapped up as well. Also, I am changing my portfolio. Let me go on Figma. Where's Figma? Oh, I'm on Figma. I am changing my portfolio. I can move here. Recent. Kenem.com. Yeah, so I've decided to go kind of with this flow or this format. So this is kind of currently how my like website looks for case studies. So it needs updating. So the kind of format that I've kind of chosen is quite simple, is to not have this. That's pretty much it. But it's to have this information, but people can click onto it instead of it being everything. Because I feel as if I want to still give people the option. If you want to get into the minutia, you can hop in a mirror board. And here you go. That is it. There's all the detail, all the working out, all the planning, all the strategy. Everything's in a mirror board, because that's just how I work. But the main thing really is I want to get to a point where like there's like this agency, service design agency. I think it's called Live Work, or Live Work. So like, or Think Public. You know, it's this one. Let me just try to find a case study. It's not this one. Yeah, I think it might be this one. But yeah, you see how they kind of approached it. So they have the approach, the outcome. That's really what I need. That's really what I need. I don't need a whole bunch of stuff like that. I don't need all the minutia, because again, everyone has different views on how you should, do your case study. You need to put as much detail in, or do you want it to be as bare bones as possible, because the hiring manager doesn't really have a lot of time. So you want to be succinct and provide as much information in a short amount of time. But also you have other people that actually want to get into like, oh, this is how you think, this is how this is, and this is how that. So one of the things I've been doing is just kind of just going through a bunch of service design agencies and looking at how they kind of structure their like case studies, and then I'm just kind of, again, reverse engineering for what I want and thinking about. So I'll look at some of the stuff here. This is Think Public. This one looks, but yeah, you see client, the challenge, the approach, the outcome. That's really all you need, man. All this other stuff, that's if they want. And it actually makes my job as a designer a lot easier, because the pages aren't that much now. It's not as detailed as I thought. But again, so one of the things I need to do is, again, just iterate these pages, still keep everything in a mirror board, still keep all of that in a mirror board and basically have a button to go to the mirror board, have a link to go to the mirror board, and that's really all he need, because it doesn't need all of this. It doesn't need all of this. So that's what this week is. So trying to working to get this page updated, man, because I think it's really good. I really do like it. Let me see, where is that? Ooh, where are you? Yeah, I do like this new design. I do really like it. It's very, very like yo, it's Kenem, like, yo Kenem. So it's very bold, standouts, and yeah, just grounded, solid, like solid. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what this been week 8. Not much to really talk about. How it's been 15 minutes already. Again, I don't know, but this is just documentation. So you're just hearing me in real time kind of figure things out. So, but yeah, I will see you in week 9. It's been almost 10 videos. So one thing also, I'm gonna actually start doing some other stuff on the channel of like different like types of videos, because again, it's not just service architecture, but I'm trying to like document different things as well. And yeah, it's my channel, we can do what we want under here. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you again. Peace.